Alright, welcome back to the channel. Warhammer Man back in the studio, and today we're taking a look at some of the new demonic ally rules. If you're new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe. We do daily videos, reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, conversion, tutorials, magnetization, pretty much anything to do with tabletop wargaming. So demonic allies bring otherworldly power to the mortal chaos armies without breaking the rules. So that is obviously rather intriguing. The forces of chaos can destabilize the very fabric of reality, pouring demons forth as heretic Astartes and chaos knights attack. Thus, their foes frequently fight against a unified front of mortal and immortal warriors, manifested on the tabletop with the demonic pact rules from Codex Chaos Daemons. As long as your chaos army includes just one Legion's Demonica detachment, which accounts for no more than 25% of your total power level, every model within it gets the Agents of Chaos keyword. This allows you to ignore many detachment ability restrictions when checking to see if everyone's on the same team, just like Chaos Knight Dreadblades. So that is pretty cool. You basically take one demon detachment that composes less than 25% of your army. Very, very cool. The ability to appear as if from nowhere makes demons excellent shock troops. Charging from tears in reality to seize objectives, this makes them excellent allies in Chaos Knights armies, where manpower is at a premium and troops with the objective secured rule are valuable. Yeah, so that's really cool. Obviously, this is nice for Chaos and Chaos Knight armies. Chaos Knight armies don't have a lot of numbers, obviously, because per model, everything is very expensive. So being able to take some nice units of demons and have them pop up where needed could be very, very strong. Certain Chaos Space Marine legions have special bonds to the demons of their own ruinous powers. Coordinate demons readily join the World Eaters in battle without affecting their faction-exclusive abilities. Likewise for Nurgle and the Death Guard, Tzeentch and the Thousand Sons, Slaanesh and the Emperor's Children. Alright, so here is the Demonic Pact rule. This inclusion of Legion's Demonica Agents of Chaos Khorne units in your army does not prevent World Eaters units in your army from using any rules that require every model in your army to have the same keyword. Okay, so that's pretty cool. The inclusion of Legion's Demonica Agents of Chaos Tzeentch units in your army does not prevent Thousand Sons units in your army from using any rules that require every model in your army to have the same keyword. The inclusion of Legion's Demonica Agents of Chaos Nurgle units in your army does not prevent Death Guard units in your army from using any rules that require every model in your army to have the same keyword. And finally, the inclusion of Legion's Demonica Agents of Chaos Slaanesh units in your army does not prevent Emperor's Children units in your army from using any rules that require every model in your army to have the same keyword. So that is the Demonic Pact. While this removes your demons' control over warp storms, the ability to mix and match your units forges versatile armies, allowing you to combine durable Space Marines, hard-hitting demons, and stompy dreadblades to tackle whatever the galaxy can throw at them. That's interesting. So, the way that's worded, it gives the impression that you could do all three. So you could have a Chaos Space Marine army, and then include a detachment of demons, and then also like Freeblade as well. I'm not 100% sure on that, but that's how it sounds. What army combinations can you concoct now that demons can mix it up with their mortal mates? Find out by pre-ordering Chaos Demons tomorrow. So I actually don't have the new Chaos Codex yet, so again, I'm not really sure about that, but it sounds like that's the way you can do it. So that's really cool. That is really cool. So somebody had pointed out, one of the subscribers in the comments, this is going to be really strong for Tzeentch, which makes sense. Very, very cool. I mean, I think realistically it'll be strong for everyone. So obviously the new World Eaters Codex is not out yet, so I would expect it'll get really strong once it is. We have the new Death Guard Codex. Well, the Death Guard Codex is out already. So that could be pretty strong for them as well. Now, Death Guard have like Poxwalkers that are relatively cheap, but they're also slow. So the speed aspect of being able to like drop in with some of your demons for Death Guard is probably the strongest. Slaanesh, I really don't know, again, because I don't have the Codex yet. 1,000 Suns, very strong. And then I think World Eaters, obviously, once the Codex is out. So right now, it's probably going to be the strongest for Death Guard and Tzeentch, because they both have like their independent codexes. I would imagine Emperor's Children still going to be good, but not going to gain as much from it just because it's still part of the main army. And then World Eaters will be really strong once they get their codex as well, later in the year or early next year. But really cool. It's going to make, part of the balance and like simplicity and like streamlining rules and everything. It gets like super complicated when you start doing stuff like this. So it's easier to balance like a regular army within the book and then in like the overarching theme of like 40k in general. And then when you start introducing like allies, like say a knight or something like that, it gets a little more difficult to balance it. And there's like some cool combos and stuff that kind of pop up. Well, now introducing demons as well, that's another factor. And then if that speculation is correct, or I'm understanding that correct, and you can actually include all three, so you have like the Chaos Army and then the Knight and then the Demons too, that could be really strong. And again, difficult to balance because I'm sure there's going to be some pretty awesome combos. So if somebody out there has all the books and, well, obviously nobody has the Demon books yet, but has the other books and can kind of drop a couple combos or something that seems strong, that would be pretty cool. So far, I've only really heard about the Tzeentch, like the Horrors or possibly like Flamers being strong. I would think for Death Guard, like deep striking in a bunch of demons would be pretty good. There's definitely some cool stuff there. So now I'm not really sure where Tzaangors line up in the whole ordeal, because obviously Tzeentch kind of has Tzaangors, which are sort of like their cheap troops, in the same way that Poxwalkers for Nurgle. But seems pretty good. So let me know if you figure out some combos or you got something in mind. Again, I don't have the Chaos Codex. I haven't played Chaos in years or with Chaos in years. So I'm assuming there's some gaps that definitely are going to be filled by this. Again, it should offset the balance pretty good. So sounds like the Chaos Codex is pretty awesome so far. And then this Demons Codex sounds really good as well. I do have some friends that are big Demons players. So I can touch base with them a little bit once I get a hold of the Codex and get a better idea as well. So, appreciate you guys tuning in today. Let me know down in the comments what you're most excited about, or if there's any like super cool combos you have identified, or if anybody has been using, a knight alongside their Chaos Marines, and now the addition of these demons is really going to take it to the next level. Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe for daily videos, reactions, reviews, news, painting, modeling, conversion tutorials for Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team Necromunda, Age of Sigmar, Warcry, and of course some Horus Heresy as well. I am Warhammer Man. This is Warhammer Man Studios, and I'm out of here.